House of the Dragon Season 2. You know, I have no problem saying, while a lot of people were a little bit anxious about what the first season would be, would it live up to the glorious heights of Game of Thrones? Would it, a lot of people didn't like the final season of Game of Thrones. I don't understand what your problem is. I thought it was great, but whatever. A lot of people didn't like it, and that's cool. So a lot of people were kind of worried going into House of the Dragon. It's like, well, what are we going to get? And I have no problem saying that I think season 1 of House of the Dragon was better than season 1 of Game of Thrones. Now, granted, it has the advantage of being building on everything else that Game of Thrones already built. So it had that big advantage, yes. But I thought season 1 was utterly fantastic. I mean, I put it right up there. That, Last of Us, and Shogun are like the best TV I've seen in the past 5 years. It's incredible. We've already had a couple of trailers for season 2. And today they dropped another one. And oh my God. It's so good.
So good.
I am watching every scene and every moment. Because sometimes a trailer for a series will tease 1 or 2 epic moments that are coming up in the upcoming season. I felt like every single thing they showed in this trailer was going to be a jaw-dropping epic moment of the series. Like when, Uncle Dude with the ship shows up, my fleet is yours. Like, when she says, do you acknowledge me as your queen and ruler?
That was great.
When he says, like, what is it? F dignity or whatever it is he said. Like,
I want revenge.
Oh, how about that last shot? As just the last shot where she's standing there and she turns and she's in front of the dragon. I'm like, come on. This is pure visual Viagra. Like, this is like unbelievable. I'm like, my muscles are tensing, just counting down for how much longer we have to wait for Game of Thrones or for House of the Dragon season 2 to show up. And here's the other thing. Cast a little bit of a shadow on the Rings of Power trailer that dropped today. Now, we didn't make Rings of Power, the trailer dropping today, a topic because we are already full up on topics. And the reality is this Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon trailer is already like the 3rd or 4th trailer, so it's built up. The Rings of Power trailer is the first trailer that dropped. We never get a lot in the first trailer, so we're going to save that for later. But it just kind of seemed like a bukkake to the face of Rings of Power by like waiting till like 30 minutes. Waiting till like
really
30
escalated.
minutes after the Rings of Power trailer drops and go, all right, let's drop the House of the Dragon trailer. It just kind of felt that way. Anyway, Rob, I loved this trailer. You had a chance to see it. What did you think about it?
I watched it 3 times back to back. I loved it. I mean, again, like you know, here's the thing that I really appreciated about House of the Dragon. They knew with the reception of seasons 7 and 8 of Game of Thrones that maybe it wasn't, not for everybody. But this story, they already have the story mapped out, the beginning, the middle, and the end, even though it was done more as more of a historical account as opposed to individual episodes. But they've really spent the time to craft these seasons. And it's apparent, when planning goes into your story, when you know what your beginning, your middle, and your end is, they've said it's going to go 4 seasons. I don't know if it'll go that long, but they know where they're going.
Yeah.
And you can see it was very apparent from this trailer. First of all, epic. I second everything you said. This trailer was so satisfying, and you're like, I can't wait. It already shows you that. And what's that line about? That something from within. It's one thing to
an enemy from without you can fight with swords.
Yes.
The enemy from within is more insidious.
Is more insidious. Like something like that. I'm like, yes, that's exactly right. And driving a wedge, but this just looks like the kind of. I mean, this is first class A1. Lean, mean, dangerous to know. This is the best kind of entertainment, and it looks just. I think this looks like it's going to be better than season 1, which is already an incredibly high bar, which excites the heck out of me.
Yeah,
you guys had a chance to watch the trailer today. What do you guys think about it?
I like everything except the rats in it.
There were rats?
Yep, bunch of rats in that other house.
Oh, jeez.
He's like, had a rat.
Team Black, baby, all the way.
Team Black, baby.
I listen. I'm not saying who anybody should pick, and I'm not saying they're not out there. I'm just saying I don't personally know anybody that's Team Green. Like everybody I know is Team Black.
I mean, Alice is a redhead. She's just my style, but I'm like, no,
Yeah.
not even on your team, baby. I'm sorry. No.
Full of rats.
All them rats. So here's my question, Ray.
Yeah.
Your favorite guy.
Yeah.
Your prince.
I'm scared of this trailer. He seems to be.
Well, he's always been a little power hungry, but my question is, what's going to happen if after she asks him, do you acknowledge me as your queen and your ruler? Because at the moment of silence, is he going to bend the knee? Is he going to acknowledge her? Or is he going to say, nah?
I'm not worried about that part. I'm worried about the guy with the eye patch.
Oh, his nephew.
I think it's gonna come down to those two, and oh man, I hope he doesn't die this season. Who knows? But you know what? You asked me a question. I think he will, just because it's her.
You know what? I think you're right. I think they're setting it up to make us think he won't, but I think he will. I mean, at the end of the day, listen, as kind of messed up as Daemon has been in the show, right? When it really, at least in season 1, every time that it's really come down to it,
He's shown his loyalty.
it's family,
Right.
right? Whenever it's ultimately come down to it, he's kind of messed up. He'll do some real questionable things. But when it comes right down to it, the rubber meets the road, he's loyal to family. Now, that doesn't mean it's always going to be that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I just,
Oh.
this looks so good. I cannot wait. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Cuts Clothing. Let's be real. Most guys would wear a t-shirt every day of their lives if we could. The problem is that most t-shirts are not acceptable to wear at work or out on a hot date. Today's sponsor, Cuts, has finally changed that. Cuts t-shirts are such high quality, wrinkle-free, and so buttery soft that you can look like you're dressing up even when you're dressing down. Yeah, you heard that right. They are wrinkle-free. And for a limited time, you can save money while redefining the dress code by heading to outsclothing.com and use the code Campea for 20% off. Guys, you know me, when it comes to clothing, my number one priority is comfort, and I could not believe just how comfortable my Cuts shirt was. It was light, it breathed, it felt like $1,000,000, and it made me feel like I looked like $1,000,000 too. And the best part? Cuts Clothing is built to last. Their durable construction means you'll be enjoying your favorite shirts and pants for years to come, making them a smart investment for your wardrobe. So guys, for a limited time, our listeners get 20% off your entire order when you use the code Campea at checkout. That's 20% off your order at cutsclothing.com with the promo code Campea. Please support our show by telling them that the John Campea Show sent you. Experience the perfect blend of style and comfort with Cuts Clothing. Question is for you guys. Did you have a chance to see the new trailer for House of the Dragon? If not, I highly encourage you, as soon as the John Campea Show is over, run over and find it and watch it because it's a spectacle to behold. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.